joined by Principal of St. George's College, Mrs. Margaret Campbell, who I pulled away from the screening.
Yeah, so she's a little bit disgruntled.
Yeah, so she'll have to catch the rest in theaters like the rest of us. But hi, Mrs. Campbell, welcome.
Thank you so much.
All right, so though I pulled you away, I know you must have caught some things that stood out. So how were you finding the film before?
Amazing. It was, I loved I thought it was really well done. Very thought provoking. At some points, I felt like I needed to get up and go away just because it made your heart really just realizing what we're doing to the earth and how badly we're affecting ourselves. So it was a little bit frightening, but very informative, and I'm really glad to have seen almost all of it.
Wow, Sir David Attenborough is known to be emotionally engaging, so it does seem on brand for the kind of production that he's able to be. He's often a part of. Now, so obviously this event, the screening, is around ocean protection, and we're also in Jamaica now looking at the high seas, the BB&J, the Biodiversity Beyond National Jurisdiction Treaty. And so as an educator, I'm going to come for you with this question in terms of how is it that we are able to use education, or how can we translate global agreements like the BB&J into real world understanding and action for the benefit of students?
One of the things I've found about students, which we sometimes do not take into account, is that they listen. They listen. And even if they might not appear to be listening in the moment, they are taking in what we're saying. If we want to share a message of protecting the planet, protecting the environment, protecting the oceans, we just need to put it in their space, in a method, a way that is engaging, and pitch it in a way that they can receive it, and they will receive it. I don't think we've done enough of that kind of education for our students to have them move beyond the sort of, for me, it's teenage boys, beyond the kind of teenage boy interest in self, girls and music, to being aware of our planet and how being stewards of our environment. So I do think that we can reach them. We just need to make a more deliberate effort to do it.
All right. And so you spend obviously more time with them, and I am going to ask about those opportunities for environmental stewardship, because you never have a conversation around climate and environment without people talking about youth and youth needing to be on the front lines and so forth. And so what opportunities do you think we can also capitalize on for more young people to be engaged in this kind of space?
I think that, first of all, it's about educating the adults in the space. So, in other words, educating principals and teachers and so forth, and getting them on board. Because I would find it hard to believe that somebody receiving this message, the way it was portrayed today, would have such a hard heart that they would not then want to share that with students. And then the second leg of that then is of course, parents are important. But then the second leg of that is the students themselves. To, as I said before, be deliberate about putting it in their space. So at St. George's College, for example, we have been deliberate about recycling plastic bottles. And by itself, okay, it's we all know plastic bottles get in the ocean, not good for us. But when you put it in the context of this film, that's a whole different ball game, And so it goes beyond just, okay, recycling is a good thing, morally good to do,
yes,
into the realm of something, a bigger, bigger cause, a moral issue, as was said, where now it is about protecting our planet, protecting others, protecting ourselves. So I think it's really important. I don't think we've done it justice. So even just watching the film today, the part of it that I saw, which was a majority, I will admit, it was a majority. Just watching that, I've always been about pushing recycling and so forth, but this context is so much more significant and important and relevant. So now I've been thinking of, as I'm sitting in there, I'm thinking of ways to make that even more relevant to the students. I'm very creative. I thought about taking our school bus, which is equipped with video technology, taking us down to the coast somewhere and just having a classroom setting on the beach where we then talk to them about things like this, about protecting the oceans and the things that we're doing that are destroying us. That it moves from just, recycle your plastic bottles to the context in which we are operating, why you should recycle your plastic bottles.
Oh, that's really some great ideas there. And so I'm going out on a limb in saying I hope that we can make up for you missing the film, and this is a high season Lions. Maybe the video quick bust can maybe show the documentary when
That
it's
would
out
be
and available,
wonderful.
or a special screening at St. George's. But I'm really happy that you shared your perspectives, because you're right. Automatically, the students fill the room, but we often don't really have the principals at events like these. And I think you shared some really great perspectives on how we can up the ante as it relates to to youth and community engagement. Really.
And just to say that principals generally have the heart for this kind of message already. So if you make it available to the school leadership, because of the type of career it is and the nurturing that often goes with that role, if you can get principals on board and teachers on board, that's a really quick way and good way to spread the message to teenagers. And what we really want, and not just teenagers, younger children, because what we really want is to get them bought in from the early years, so that it becomes a part of who they are when they get older.
Yeah, point well taken. So thank you so much, Mrs.
You're
Campbell,
welcome.
for sharing with us. We almost feel guilty about pulling you away, but we got some great feedback from you as it relates to the film and what it is that we can do. So we're so appreciative.
Oh, you're very welcome.